In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. Imagine that, a future that's super black. Long as your skin brown, your superpowers intact. What would your powers be? Just hope it ain't super whack. Spatial manipulation, create a portal that's black. Maybe just super speed, time travel to run it back. Or cheat manipulation to keep my spirit intact. As I encounter evils the world face, demons the world makes, I'm needed the world at stake. Rest in peace to Chadwick, they killed all the Black Panthers. Told us white lies, I still marvel at black answers. Suits in DC, pray it lead to a civil war. It ain't no Justice League, what's the need to be civil for? Propelled like the juggernaut, it's clear ain't no stopping this. The world in grave danger, who can stop the apocalypse? They killed all the heroes, the new ones don't really care. But if you need me, put your fist up in the air. Yeah, in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black. In the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. Flying high, I emerge through the flames. Have no fear, I'm here, so stand back. Melanin activate, the name is super black.
And it looks like today I was on mute. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Bird's Eye View, Tuesday evening, 8 p.m. Well, 8-ish. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. If this is your first time here, thank you once again. Show your love on the YouTube channel. Show your love over there. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. You get some great shows like this, flubs like we do over here. It seems like this. It seems to be the horror spirits want to keep putting everybody on mute every week or something. I don't know, but we power through it. But yeah, thank you once again. You can check us out on Always Press Record. You can check us out on our new network as well. Blurred Station, you want to go head over to Blurred Station, hit Blurred's Eye View. You can pick any one of the crew as we are affiliates. We are also a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. That commercial, those two commercials will be coming up later in the show. But as you see, I'm rocking the Otaku Noir Foster Fangs t-shirt right here because it's good stuff. But this is always a fun show to do. I love this type of season. Hold on, wait a minute. He said I sound muted, and I think I know why. Hold on. I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. That's why. It's the daggone. Ain't that something?
Okay, there we go. There we go. How does that sound? How does that sound? It sounds good. It sounds good. Solid. All right. All right. So let's do that again. Thank you for tuning in. This is Blurred's Eye View. I'm your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Thank you for tuning in. Well, if you're watching us on the YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Yes, it's a whole script is locked in my head. But let's get this party started. Let's get it going. Our Grill the Horror is in the building. What's happening?
Oh, Kira. I'm used to being second. Hi.
We're waiting on Lady Mandalore. She's having some tech issues. Like it seems like the goblins and the gremlins is out doing they worst. But what's going on?
Nothing. I was trying to like you sound. I said you sound on YouTube really good, but on here you sound muted. And then when you fix it, you sound even clearer on YouTube. So
yeah, you know what it is. I sounded like Squidward in Bikini Bottom. I know what that sound is.
Yes, that is.
I know. I know exactly what it sounds like. That's all. I'm like, wait a minute. Somebody said you sound weird, like far away.
All you need to do was like this, and that's it.
Whatever, Patrick. Our very own Navy Montel's in the building. What's up? They came in.
Yes, sir.
So tell the people.
I can see one. What was the other?
There you go. So tell the people who are listening, tell the people what it is you're holding in your hand that you have CGC graded.
First of all, this was freshly signed by Peach Momoko herself. This is Deep Beyond #1. This is the sketch cover that she did not sign until San Diego. Rated at a 9.6. Yo, and CGC was right there when I did it. So they were like, oh yeah, we saw it. Okay, come on over. I was like, ah! Okay, so I have something. Yeah, 9.6, Chris. Yes, let's go. So I'm happy to have this. And I'm sorry, I just ain't gonna get a chance to show my friends, you know, this is everything, you know, it's wonderful and stuff. So,
Look,
what's going on?
We wouldn't be who we are if we didn't celebrate what we love, right?
That is a fact. That is absolute fact.
I mean, listen, wait a minute. If we're gonna celebrate Al.
Okay. I mean, look.
Wait a minute.
We're not here playing games. We know who we are. We know exactly who we are.
How you operate? Okay. See,
listen.
I just got on my JoJo's.
Look, I wore the Frosted Fangs today. I wore the Showtime yesterday. So you know,
nice. I seen that.
So
yes,
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
We not the fakers over here. So, for one, happy Tony Stark Day.
Yes.
For those who don't know what that means, if you have ever watched Endgame, this was the date that Tony brought the world back. And there it is. Yes, I'm a nerd. I know it. Live with it. It's in the title.
Not you.
Listen, all day too. Like even my coworker said, "Happy Tony Stark Day." It's like, your stock just went up, bravo.
Your stock, yeah. Your worth to me has valued on this day. That's right. Win for the Starks, but unfortunately, not a win for Stark. But hey, who knows? With all that being said, you know. So, Lainey, what's going on?
Oh man,
life.
A lot, nothing, everything, all at once. There you go. There you go.
These are days where you wish you had a TARDIS. or a DeLorean.
Okay,
I'll take the TARDIS.
Or just I'll take.
I personally, I'll take the TARDIS because it's not going to screw you up. You're not going to run out of gas.
That part. With
the TARDIS,
and see how we get past Trump and everything.
Post-apocalyptic world, will never run out of garbage.
If you're in trouble and you feel like you're stuck, the TARDIS shows up. It has a mind of its own.
There you go. And it takes you where you need to be.
Exactly.
It takes you where you need to be.
She's always where you need her.
That's right.
And speaking of TARDIS, have you guys heard the new theme coming up for the new Doctor? The new season?
That sounds
not yet.
Because for one, the new Doctor is gonna be a brother.
Yep.
Two, when you hear the chorus, when you hear the orchestra, it has a flair to it. That you just like, all you could say is, yeah, that speaks.
Well, you know I'm gonna look it up as soon as we get off.
That sounds about right. You know, it fits.
Times I stay on X, but when I saw it, I said, "Oh, I think I ran it back to back 6 times," and it's just I felt like I was seeing Matt Smith, and that's how I felt. It just it had that vibe. It had that vibe to it.
It was a bit Matt Smith, a bit David Tennant, and just a little and a little bit of us as well. So it was just like,
listen, if you listen to it on YouTube, you probably can find it for like a 30-minute loop. Okay. That's what I listen to. I ain't gonna even hold you. So
seriously,
do not do that to me because I will find that bitch.
I was gonna tell you. Let's go.
I'm actually looking forward to the anniversary special because it brings back my favorite duo, David Tennant playing number 10 and Catherine. I never can remember Catherine's last name, but she plays Donna Noble. And the Dr. Donna duo is always fun because Donna takes no shit.
Very true.
Donna takes no shit.
The Runaway Bride
didn't take no shit either.
I think
she was pretty good too.
Oh yeah.
Was just I loved it.
I hate the way she ended though.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
That was a sad one. I hate
her leave was heartbreaking. and guess what? It circles back around because they're gonna come back to that. They're coming back to that. It was that her even saying she didn't want to leave, she didn't want to go, and he was like, she had no choice. He was like, because if she didn't, she basically was going to burn her brain out, because there was some kind of merger that her and Doctor had done, and her human brain couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think we're talking about two different people, but okay.
Well, yeah, because in the story, Donna had actually absorbed
I'm
the
thinking
energy.
about Karen Gillan. Okay.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah.
Absorbed the energy of the TARDIS. She actually absorbed the essence of the TARDIS.
Yes.
And it was burning her up from the inside out. But it was so dope to see.
No, I was talking about Karen
just,
Gillan, but yes.
Okay. Yeah, because 10 and 11 are just fun to watch.
Matt Smith is my boy. I'm like, come on.
When you find out the relationship between Matt Smith, Karen Gilliam, and Rivers, you're just like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh yeah.
It's been a while, so you have to refresh me on that one.
You be like, get the fuck. No, wait. Damn.
And I love Alex Kingston. Rivers song.
She's amazing. She's amazing.
Yes. Character. Just
She embodies it, and she's another one that doesn't take no shit either.
Yeah.
She embodies it.
And they could never meet at the right time.
It
was the right time, but it was never the right time, if that makes sense. You know, to us it makes sense.
True. But when we met her at the Forbidden Library, that episode when she first met David, and he knew about her, but she didn't know about him. I was like, that was the most haunting episode ever.
Spoilers. I just love when she does that. I'm just like, I know what you mean. But yeah, those are probably really 10 and 11 are my favorite Doctors. Peter Capaldi is a very close third.
Yeah.
You know, and it's fun watching those three. David Tennant, number one, is just a fantastic actor. Number one, he's a fantastic actor. I've seen him in other things, and I'm like, I was introduced to him on Doctor Who, and then I seen him on Broadchurch, and then I seen him on Jessica Jones, and then I seen him on another movie where he actually played the husband to the woman who plays number 13. Like he was her husband. Yeah, Jodie Whittaker. He was her husband. It was like a romance comedy type thing. And it was funny. And I'm like, I like his acting, his whole breadth of acting is amazing. Same with Michael Sheen.
Huge range. His range is just massive. He can go from any extreme to the nastiest villain to the foppiest goof and just do it in between and just make it. You want to see what he's going to do next. So I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
Seeing him play 10. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
I was going to say, I just thought that he was robbed.
I know. He won't I understand.
Because he should have had so much of a bigger role in that fourth movie. And it's just like, that was my introduction to him. And they robbed him blind for that because I thought he could have done amazing.
Yes. Yeah. Matt, and everyone has their doctor. Even if you go back to number one, all the way up to Patrick Troughton and John Pertwee and Sylvester McCoy, everyone had their doctor, old and new. And if you ask Whovians and honorary Gallifreyans, as we like to call ourselves, who is your old and new? I would say, well, my old doctor was John Pertwee because he was the Earthbound doctor. He didn't have a TARDIS to go around. He was just there and just did the thing. So, and with Matt Smith, I said, Matt is that guy that he was dressing on the roof of a hospital, facing down the Atraxi, getting dressed in front of them and threatening them. Come on, man. Come on.
The two doctors who are from what I've seen, the two who seemed the most dangerous but didn't seem the most dangerous, 10 and 11.
Agreed.
Because they were so just fun and always running and jokes and everything else. But
they were for the shits.
When it came down,
that voice deepened. It was for the shits.
Like when it came down with 10, it was just like whenever the Cybermen showed up. He was just like, you don't understand. I have to wipe them out. It was like every time, anytime these enemies showed up, and they just had this level of the demeanor changes, like on a dime, and they're just like, no, I'm protecting Earth. Where we won't be having none of that. Like, and then
he would give you an awesome speech in the middle of it too. Just make you listen to him while he's about to just do something horrendous to you.
And it was always somebody that was just like this world-ending threat. And it seemed like he would walk right into either one, 10 or 11, walk right into the mouth and just say, I wish you would.
Yeah. The most non-violent way ever, but still.
Yeah.
Because I really want at least once to just buck some shots and be like, okay, let's go.
Right. It's like the doctor doesn't do that.
Yes.
Oh, that wasn't me before.
When I feel like, honestly, David Tennant would have been the person to do it.
Yeah.
If any of them, he would have been.
He pulls the trigger. He doesn't like it, but he pulls the trigger.
Yeah, I don't know the older one, so I will say that. I was introduced.
Sylvester McCoy would have fit in that whole dynamic. Sylvester McCoy was number 7. He would have fit in that because he had his goofy side and he had his serious side, but he was also really bitter. So he just didn't like people. He only liked certain people. He always came across as someone that you knew he knew something, but if you confronted him on him, he would get mad at you because you're about to call him out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's Doctor Who stuff. When it's done well.
Got me thinking about it. Doggone it. See, now I got to go listen to it again. Lainey, you need to go find that song.
I am. I'm telling you, I bet you they already have it on an hour loop or half an hour loop. I'm telling you.
I mean, I found a 20-hour loop of Summer Madness by Kool and the Gang, so I'm
hey, that's good riding music. I'm not gonna lie. Now, whenever he takes off
over that one song.
Yeah, whenever it was the Cybermen, and it was always the Cybermen and the Daleks. Yeah, and I remember my wife was watching me watch the show, and she seen the Dalek, and she was like, "What in the world?" And I said, "Don't let the smooth taste fool you. These things are dangerous. They are dangerous." I was like, "Don't let they look fool you. Don't let they sound fool you. They are a threat." Like they did not come to play.
And we cannot forget the Weeping Angels.
Oh.
That's my favorite.
Those
by far.
So
that's my favorite.
Blink had me on the edge because you didn't see David Tennant in real life. You saw him through a videotape.
And they were going back and forth as if it was real. Because he was doing it so many times. Yeah, that was an amazing.
Whatever you do, whatever you think, do not turn away. Do not blink. I'm like, and it was just in the highest form of urgency. Like you don't want, and when it happened, and they showed it, and they had the nerve to show it around Halloween. They had the nerve to do it. I'm like, oh, you hitting on all the notes. You hitting on all the notes.
See, that's why I thought when we were talking about the end, I thought we were talking about Karen Gillan because I remember that one because of the Weeping Angels.
Ooh. How she was on that planet when they had when my
she
God.
left. Because honestly, after you talked about that, I was like, okay, I do remember that. But out of the most, hers was the one that got me because it was the Weeping Willows.
They can't go.
Angels.
Talk about the Daleks. He's not wrong.
They can't go upstairs, but they're
allergic to steps.
They'll find a way. They find a way. Black Spartan's in the building. What's up?
He is. We can't have to talk about Doctor Who without the man and the junior.
Yes. Yes. They Daleks can't go upstairs, but they will find a way. Yes, Weeping Angels, that whole run with 11 and Karen Gillan's character
and Alex Kingston in that J. Ooh. I feel in love with Alex.
When they're at the graveyard,
yes,
and she flips around and she was like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, I'm screaming at the television. I'm like, no.
That's what we were talking about. I was like, yo, that one got to me. Out of all of the psychics, that one got to me.
And they were stuck in that time loop where, like, actually their Statue of Liberty was a giant angel. And I'm
yeah.
I said, what the hell is going on?
Whoever came up with Weeping Angels needs to be seriously checked into a mental hospital.
I mean,
That's
that's
some
the
scary
same
stuff.
vein of Freddy Krueger. Like, if you think about it, those kind of psychological ones that really can scare you, that absolutely.
It wasn't even the fact that they didn't really kill you. They killed you within a timeline while sucking the life out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the messed up part. It's like, wait a minute, so I get to live? Oh, look at Joe, we got audience.
Einstein Obi got a fan, got another fan.
What up, Nick?
But yeah, Doctor Who stuff is just always good. I can't wait for this special. Has it been 2 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been 2
Wow.
years.
Yes.
Yeah. Been a minute.
That's anticipation for you, God, dog. Because I can't wait for this.
But that's that loyalty, though. Because have you nothing against the other fandoms and nothing against y'all, but this one has been constantly going for years.
Yeah.
Same character, different personas, same character, and went through it and has been going through it.
Yeah.
And isn't it crazy how they built that around it? Like how it was never supposed to be this way. It was supposed to be a children's show about an old doctor that's just teaching kids stuff about timeline, stuff in time.
Well, that went left real quick.
It went left quick. And they said, yeah,
left. It went really left. It took a jug handle, y'all.
It's like, you know what? Let's just do this. And let's just go with it and go out the window. And they went out the window, and it's 50 years. Actually, more than 50 years now.
Yeah.
It's been
60.
Yeah, 60. It's been a thing ever since.
Yep.
It's been a thing. That's why when I look at like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like that the first season, completely different when it gets to the second season.
Oh yeah.
Completely different.
Stone Ocean, between Stone Ocean and the prison.
Yep. You're just like, what happened to Hormone? Like, we're not doing Hormone, we're doing stands now? Okay. So yeah, it's
doing all of them.
Yeah. Since the BBC in the 70s, the Wild is weird. Yeah. That's the only thing I know that can it started out like their episodes started out like 1.5 hour movies.
Oh wow.
That's how they started out. And then I don't know when they kicked into the seasons, but yeah, they were like special, like that's their thing. It's hard. I think it's hard for like at least over here in the States. I think it's hard for them to do any kind of episodic television show in short spurts. Like you can get away 10 to 13 episodes of a show like that over in the United Kingdom. You can do that and with no problem because that's what they do. That's how they work it.
Right.
Here in the States, you got to get 22 to 26 episodes.
I feel like they're now just starting to catch on to that. And I think that's really more of a streaming thing than even is in the network thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What up, Corey?
Yeah, you're right. Before, especially before streaming, that was never going to be a thing on network TV.
But the one thing about the BBC, though, that's what they've capitalized on. They've capitalized on short series, shorter episodes, but those episodes had that much more impact to them.
That's right.
So that's the thing about it. I mean, you looked at what? Doctor Who, Luther, Torchwood.
I think the EastEnders.
Yeah.
EastEnders, is another one.
EastEnders, I've heard good things about that one. And I saw some episodes. I was like, okay, I would love to check this out from beginning to end. But I think the BBC, they're over their period. They've had the art of telling a story without making it so overt that you could actually vibe with different characters. And Doctor Who was that one that just became worldwide.
Yeah, Corey, you're right. He said my only issues is Misfits was too short.
Yeah, Misfits was good too. It was definitely good.
I stumbled across Misfits and I'm like, oh, what do we have here?
Oh, Sherlock. I forgot about Sherlock. The Benedict Cumberbatch side.
Sherlock was amazing.
Yeah.
Sherlock was amazing.
Incredible. Now we could just continue to have that type of storytelling now instead of just putting something out and hope it sticks. Then we may have something going.
Yeah.
That's why y'all need to check out Bird Station because we're gonna have plenty of stuff on there that sticks. All
There
of
you
it.
go.
All
You
of
wanna
it
tune in?
sticks.
You want to tune in? We'll be playing that commercial really shortly. Speaking of commercial, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're coming right back. We're gonna get into some of the Blurred Bites.
Hey.
Blurred's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code Blurred's Eye View for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blurs across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blurred mystery box company. Woo! So we are back. You are seeing that we are proud affiliates of Otaku Noir.
Hey.
Hit 10% off on items off your order. That last one we got is the gaming one, and the horror one, the gaming one. Was it Blurred of the Rings? That was another good one.
The fantasy
Oh
one.
yeah,
Fantasy
I
one.
still got the coins. Oh my gosh, those coins were everything, man.
Nonfiction says, do you think, concerning the whole BBC talk we had, he said, do you think that is because the level of acting is just that much better over there? Yes, #1. So telling the story isn't as difficult when the acting is a step above. You are right. I've always said that. I said it's something about British actors. They bring there. We have select actors here in the States, but it's something about British acting. There's a level they bring their A game, whether it's a television show or a movie.
I've always said it best. They're unrestricted. They are unrestricted because if you ever seen David Tennant in Broadchurch, he reminds you of the Purple Man. But if you ever seen Jessica Jones, it's like you're basically seeing his character in BBC. And I don't know what it is about BBC actors, and they are just allowed to go. They're allowed to go full speed. I know
as much as I love number 10, David's 10. He scared the shit out of me as a Purple Man. I'm like, this is a totally different guy. Like, this dude is creepy. And like,
the episode where he tried to be a good person. I try to be a good person. I try to use my powers. I'm like, no, this reminds me of One Bad Day. This reminds me of One Bad Day.
Of course, it's like that's because they don't rely on good looks. He said that scene in the police station. Yeah. It's wild. So you really have to have a level of understanding when they have their acting is just top tier. I mean, look at Luther. Luther's just good.
Luther is brilliant.
Just good.
The writing on Luther was just the writing and the acting, because how else do you just like they didn't paint your typical stressed black British man. You had a person that was literally going through a minefield, and the killer was just like, the killer was more infatuated with him than anything else. She's like, you're the closest person that's ever gotten to me. You're like a lover that I can't have. I was like, first time I watched, I was like, what kind of mess is this? And then next episode, I was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah. So, we're gonna jump into the Blurred Bites real quick and talk about it. First up, we get there. First off, Mortal Kombat 1. Omni-Man is here.
I'm sorry.
It's Omni-Man.
What was that?
I apologize. I'm overjoyed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, here's the thing. The discussion that's consistently had about, and why I'm pulling this up, the discussion that's constantly had about Omni-Man and Homelander, I'm like, there is no contest. Are you serious? Like, one is a human that's made with superpowers. One's a freaking alien.
There you go.
Homelander is getting washed.
That are
repeatedly.
Yeah, just flat out OP. OP from birth. Come on.
Right.
I would love to see his fatality.
Yeah. So speaking of which, we are getting ready to look at we get our reaction off the new Mortal Kombat 1 with Omni-Man. First look.
Destroyed worlds. I have erased whole timelines.
Finally, a worthy challenge.
See?
Oh, they did not put that scene in there.
Think, Mark.
That's my son right there.
Burn for this invasion.
Oh no, not that scene. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Yo.
Yep.
I gotta love it. I gotta
In
love
all its glory.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I despise it.
And if you're what, and just to go ahead and spoil it, yes, that is one of his fatalities. The subway scene is one of his fatalities.
I mean, it has to be. That's not just for us. It has to be in the game. There's no way in hell you got to do that. You're not putting that in the game.
Yeah.
The fact that they took two principal scenes from the series and made them fatalities, that is unbelievable.
Facts.
I'm just waiting on Homelander. I just need Homelanders now. I got a burning bet on Homelander.
It's like, think, Mark. Think,
Nah,
Mark.
but I don't know anything that Homelander could do that's going to match that.
Oh, he's got a few. He's got a few. I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hoping for at least 3 scenes because I know one from season 1 and one from season 2 of The Boys. There's 2 kill shots. I'm hoping they do because if they do, and that's why Chris is laughing right now. He knows one of them. That's exactly why he's laughing right now. He knows what we're talking about.
I am not good at poker. Yo, that alone, because I'm like Spartan. I was wondering. I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna do anything with that we've seen or read from Invincible.
Yep.
And the fact that was my first time watching. I made sure I didn't watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I made sure I didn't watch it. And when I seen it and I seen the train scene, I'm like,
Yep. And the beat down. I just love that. That's one thing I'll say about Ed Boon. The fact that he can get this, I'm like, wait a second. So you still got Homelander. You still have I want to say Ezekiel,
Really?
and you have Quan Chi. Now I can care less about Quan Chi. I'm like, I just want to see Homelander now because that's going to be the 2 giveaways. The two big ones that are going to be it is going to be those 2.
he said that Jafar says that J.K. Simmons have a contract that all his characters come with a mustache.
Yep.
I wouldn't bet against it.
I mean, I'm leaving. I'm gonna leave. I am going to leave J. Jonah Jameson alone. Let that man cook.
That dude's ripped.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all think it's just the old dude
no.
that sells you farmers insurance. Man, I seen that dude. He was working out for Justice League. Like that dude's ripped. I'm like, oh, you that? Okay, never mind.
Oh, I forgot about. Oh yeah, Peacemaker too. I forgot about Peacemaker. That's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah. So there's, NYCC was this past weekend. There was some studies and our studies. There were some talks and had by Kevin Feige. Says we've only begun to scratch the surface of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And as fans, we're just like, no shit, Sherlock. We know that. There's so much story, there's so much depth within the world of the Marvel Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've only just begun. Like what the cinematic fans are getting, that's nothing. We were just happy to see it done in a fashion that appeased us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now they're saying that the Secret Wars will more likely serve as the soft reboot. Well, yeah. I mean, if you've read Secret Wars, it's always kind of a restart point, which means we may get some returns to some characters that we have seen.
I hope so.
Died or retired. You know, so, and it's only fair. You know, yes, is their story finished off? Of course, but would you like to see another bit of a chapter of a passing of the torch in a certain fashion? Yeah, of course. I mean, why wouldn't you? Right?
Yeah.
And I'm still one of the ones that's dying on the hill that's saying that I need Tony Stark as some kind of AI program. Just watching his progression, not just from comics, but watching his progression in the movies. He's always upgrading his armor because something that happened in the past movie. You know, he's always something. So why wouldn't he imprint a version of himself, especially after dealing with the whole Ultron thing, leaving his daughter a goodbye message? Why wouldn't he imprint himself?
Well, that's kind of the story with Ironheart, though, isn't it? That she does find an AI that is similar, that she does find a Tony Stark AI, and that pretty much serves as the suit. So
we hope.
Oh, we hope. I'm sorry. We hope.
We hope, because we don't know what Kree Summers' role is in all of this.
I'm really, I don't know how to feel about this soft reboot, because after Endgame, the biggest question we always had was, okay, what are they going to do next? What storyline are they going to focus on next? And I'm sorry, Marvel got just really convoluted. They were just expecting to continue to cash in on what was coming from that. And there, Chris, all of y'all know there have been beautiful storylines that have come out in comics that would translate to the big screen, would be huge. AVX would blow the lid off of everything.
Yep.
The lid, and it could be a series build-up. Literally, put the X-Men where they're supposed to be. Okay, let's bring all these other characters in here. Now we've got a centerpiece. We've got a story that's almost similar to what Civil War should have been.
Agreed. Like I'm a fan. I'm a Marvel whore. I'm gonna just put that out there. It's no. My last name's Fury, for Christ's sake. It's. I don't have a. I've loved all the shows, different variations of them. You know, some storylines I wish they could have done something different. Certain things, certain characters, I wish they could have done something different. Yeah. But all in all, in its entirety, I love what they put out. You know, I don't expect it all to be perfect, especially starting out. Starting out was scary because we've seen the lit downs prior to Iron Man. We've seen lit downs. You know, so as they were going along, and you're right, Navy. There was a point where they started just pumping stuff out, and it was just like, let's see if it sticks. Let's see if it sticks. Whether just like someone's gonna shoot me. I wanted a different version of Secret Invasion.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
I felt that two core characters dying. In the way they died, I'm like, I don't feel there's a completion there. I don't have a problem the way Secret Invasion tapped into the political landscape. I'm fine with that. Especially when they're like, we don't want to we don't want to rely on all the superheroes. I get that. I get that. But in the political landscape is just as dangerous. So I didn't have a problem with that. It was just losing two characters, and if you've seen the show, you know the characters I'm talking about. Yeah, you know, losing Maria and losing Maria Hill and losing Talos was like, where's the rage?
I jumped completely off the couch when I saw that. I said that can't be.
Especially Maria. For me, especially Maria.
I was waiting for a comeback. I was like, was it a scroll? Was it a spin?
Thank you.
There was. That's
why he about to just blow shit up and be like, all right, that was his number 2.
But that's the
thing. As you said.
Well, that's what makes Secret Invasion kind of it was a shot in the dark to see if something would work. I mean, yes, should have been told more than over 6 episodes. Yes. Should have actually been a little bit more thorough out. Yes. But that kind of goes that whole thing of like Navy said, Marvel had a simple solution for telling stories, and then you decided to mess with the recipe. And then once you mess with the recipe, everything started going sideways. Like, take for instance, the Infinity Saga was probably the most complete story you can tell.
Thank you, Verb.
Yeah. And that too went out the dumbest way, which I still think is crazy. But at the same time, this is why I think that, you know, when Fighting talks about a soft reboot, I'm like, just go back to your original story. Go back to how you set everything up. Thank you, Obi. And then just go from there for the multiverse saga. That's pretty much it. But like Navy said, don't overthink something that's simple. If you keep it simple, it sells. That's the way it should be.
Right. And I agree. They're looking at how they're doing their shows now, especially since word came out how Daredevil Born Again was coming out, and the way they described it, I'm like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me you weren't going to doing the continuing story that was laid out already for you?
That made Charlie Cox's name a household name.
That's right.
Because he performed that part beautifully. He was Matt Murdock. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry, Ben, you're Batman. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
But to continue with, now you're taking away from all the characters that Daredevil dealt with. I would have loved to have seen Bullseye. I would love to have seen so many other characters come out in this universe in Hell's Kitchen that we've never seen fleshed out, that have never been explained. They just sprinkle in. Oh, we'll just throw him in. He'll be a background character. We'll throw her
just seeing him show up in She-Hulk with a different suit. I'm just like, okay, we're getting Matt back. What happened between the time he got that suit and the time at the end of the Netflix series? That's your fill-in gap. And when we read that article, I'm like, y'all didn't even try.
Because it goes again, who's right? It goes back to the whole thing we always talk about: who's writing it and who's actually writing it and reading the source material. Because if you try to do it like Boston, like what they try to do, and I was trying to tell somebody else, I said, you know why they rebooted it? Because everybody remembers Ben Affleck's horrible Daredevil movie and how they try to make it lawyer first, action second. So what they say they try to do in this one? Oh, we try to go Boston legal because we want to show more. I said, you basically copied the first Daredevil movie, and now you're going to try to make it in Born Again. No, please don't.
He said Boston legal. I'm done.
She's a private practice.
That makes no sense.
We're going to talk about which one private practice is better.
You can make it LA law at least. You couldn't do LA law.
Not LA law.
Not LA.
Oh, wow.
It does say a lot.
Shit.
Yeah, right. It's like we got a legal comedy. It's in She-Hulk. We got that already.
I'm saying, even though we got that.
Ally McBeal. Yeah.
That's why I'm glad they decided. Wow. I'm glad they decided to scrap the whole thing and like restart it. I'm like, yeah, you already have the groundwork. The Netflix series is an amazing series.
That holds up very well.
Yeah, it holds up very well. Just continue it. You got the money. You obviously have the money. So now you even have that. You have the core cast. You're bringing everybody back.
Yep.
So you don't have anything to lose. Just continue the story. Amp it up a little bit. Play it out. You got it right there. You got it right there.
You have the material. That's the thing we always been saying. The material is right there. Write it as if it's already been written, but write it for television. It's not that hard.
So, and speaking of Daredevil, if you were at New York Comic-Con, like our very own Lady Mandalore, Charlie Cox was running around dressed as Bluey.
What?
Didn't see that shit coming.
That was genius.
Walking full floor. Somebody got a keen eye. It took them 2 days, but they had a keen eye.
Where is Will? Because he would have loved that.
Will would have sat there and been like, "That is the smartest man inside a comic."
Absolutely. Mayhem Media, where you at?
Oh my God! So, in other news, Gargoyles live action, Out of the Darkness and Into the Light. We just found out that the 90s cult classic Gargoyles, voiced by the amazing Keith David, who's the lead gargoyle, and Goliath, will be getting a live action.
No,
I agree with that.
no,
I'm torn.
no.
I'm torn.
I don't want.
What is gonna be good?
So, okay, so the writer was actually the writer for Swamp Thing, which that got Swamp Thing was good.
It was good.
It got a raw deal, but Swamp Thing was good.
Agreed.
You know, it was just one of them things. Swamp Thing was one of them things which this was the red flag that was the decline of the DC universe. This was the start. Because they said, oh, it cost too much. It was something in the finance departments. And I'm like, the way I broke it down was like, what, you added an extra zero, didn't you? And caused too much financial strain. Which to this day I still think is garbage. But if you watch that show, it's a great DC /superhero /horror type of film or type of show.
It was just wrong. It was wrong place, wrong sin, wrong place, wrong network.
Yeah. They had it on the CW. It was at the time where what was it called before it went to Max? DC had their own streaming service, so it was before Max absorbed it. It was.
I want to say it was called DC Universe, or I could be wrong about that.
No, it was DC Universe. Yeah, it was DC Universe.
That's what it was. It did. It got screwed by being because when you actually watch it, when you watch it, you're just like, this is good.
But it was in the wrong. But that's the thing about it, because the CW, I knew it wasn't. I knew when they tried to put on CW, I knew it wasn't going to last there because it didn't have enough teenage angst. You have to sprinkle. You have to sprinkle.
It didn't have enough Riverdale.
You have to sprinkle enough Riverdale in to keep it alive.
He said enough Riverdale. You're right. Gotta have
cowbell.
The only show to get away with that much teenage angst, and they weren't teenagers, was Sam and Dean Winchester. They had angst, but they were adults, you know. So
they had a reason to have angst. So trust me, they had
a reason to have angst.
Sam and Dean had every reason in the world to be angsty. And
Dean just wanted to get rid of monsters and eat pie. That was
he was a simple man. He wanted to kill demons and eat pie.
Man, it was simple.
A live action gargoyle is not a good idea. Again, we go back to if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay. The cartoons, the comics, that's how the fandom built up. But a live action is a very slippery slope.
It is.
Only if it's I will counter that by saying only if you make it relative to today's issues. If you can make it relative to today's present, and that's the tricky part.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep going. I thought you said.
I was gonna say that was gonna be my counterpoint. Make it relative to today's generation and not the previous one. But that's the tricky part.
I think that could work. I think for me, I'm just gonna get up on old fashioned. I don't see how they're going to have live action gargoyles. That's just me. I think that
because there's a lot to address for live action gargoyles.
Yeah. I don't.
And we're not just talking to gargoyles. We're talking gargoyles. We're talking about Xanatos. We're talking about that whole mythos.
Casting aside, because if they have a great casting director, then okay. But for me, it's just the gargoyles themselves. Like, I don't see that being something that's sustainable and that can make sense outside of CGI. Because I don't want to see it as CGI.
That's probably the only way it's going to work, though.
But so then why do it? Because me personally, you shouldn't do it.
Tawari, that is their source material. They're building off their own source material. It's theirs. It's theirs.
I forgot how source material.
It's their own. They not only is it their own source material, they're releasing Deadpool. So they're kind of like, you know.
But that's why I say. But that's why I say I'm torn, because I look at the story like, could you tell a modern gargoyle story? Because that's the challenge. Now, that right there will tell you either A, you can do it, or B, you can't. If you cannot tell a modern gargoyle story, then no, you shouldn't do it.
I think half of the story is about them even just coming into from the time that they were in like Ireland or Scotland. Don't get me wrong, but like in the last part of them going into the 90s now, I think that could work. 90s versus now, or even if you want to do like 1700s versus now, you have a completely different way of life. I think that could work. I think you're always going to find that buddy cop duo that's going to make that relationship work. It's to me, it's the makeup and just the representation as Gargoyles.
We know the Gargoyles was probably one of the blackest casts that Disney had in animation.
That was definitely a black cast. That was nothing but a black cast.
The minute you said Keith David and Sally Richardson, it was just like, well, I don't know who else is in it, but everybody else is black at this point.
Yep.
I mean, that's the only thing I would say about that. Like, I would say that if you could do it and make it comprehensible, then cool. But like I said, if you can't tell about like the whole core point of Gargoyles is it was a great story. I mean, the fact that you had Goliath really facing, I think Goliath had like 9 different things going on during that entire series run, and one of them was not even trivial. Yeah, now that I think about it. I mean, you gotta worry about your second in command trying to take over. You gotta worry about this dude named Xantos whose hair is always slicked back, even in the rain. That's not easy animation for you. It could be raining. We all remember Xantos. That hair was always slicked back.
I can't even lie. I had a little bit of crush on him.
That was called that Norman Osborn product that man had in his hair. That's all that was.
That makes sense.
Wow. Now Norman Osborn, he wore a do-rag. That was a do-rag under that mask he had. He was just like, this is product that I made in my lab.
I mean, you could have made a device to kill the Gargoyles, but you invented the king of hair products. Like, couldn't take out Goliath, but he kept that slick back on rock though. That man had Dapper Dan 2.0.
That was Dapper Dan.
You stupid.
You got my ribs hurting over here.
I'm just saying, as I was literally thinking about it, I'm like, that man's hair, that man took a full punch from a gargoyle and that hair didn't move. Old boy caught him with a smooth fade, and I'm like, he got back up, bloody nose and all. Hair is still on point.
Listen, I think that was a testament to the voice actor because he's smooth as shit too. So
he was. I'm curious because one, I'm not worried about the story because of who's writing it. I'm like, okay, you have a good backing already. I'm worried about the directing.
That too. That part.
And like you said, the look. How are you going to pull off the look? So we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. So we got first looks at the Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Can I go have?
It's not bad.
I have diarrhea? I'd rather go through that. I really will.
I don't know. The casting.
It looks pretty good.
Casting is good.
It looks good.
It's better than M. Night's.
Right.
I mean, anything is better than M. Night.
Anything is better than
M. Night is better than M. Night. What are you talking about?
So yeah, anything's better than M. So we did get first looks. We got Daniel Day-Kim as the Fire Lord Ozai.
Oh,
nice.
Looks good.
You got an OG. I ain't mad at that.
What?
I ain't mad at that. Daniel Day.
And he will act the hell out that shit.
Right?
But the detail, though, I mean, they didn't miss. Whoever was a costume designer, they didn't miss at all.
I think whoever was the costume designer, they let them, as a fan of the series,
somebody paid attention.
Conceptualize these costumes because no one else could have done it, especially if you're not familiar with the source material.
Yep,
that's true.
I mean, this shot looks just
even
fire as hell.
Hand. Oh
yeah.
Gosh.
This man is looking like the DoorDash person messed up his Chipotle, but I'm still good with this.
Yeah. Next up, we got our very own General Iroh. I like to know him as Uncle Iroh, Paul Sung Young Lee.
Future cosplay for your boy. I love this.
Again, details.
Yep.
Details.
I want to see T, and I want to see T now.
No, I don't need to cry. I don't need. If he starts talking about tea in hand, I'm gonna cry.
I got kombucha. That's close if I can come.
But once you get, like you said, detail looks great. So far, yeah, like, oh yeah. And you're right. This casting so far, is
nice.
it's on point.
It's looking really good.
Prince Zuko, Dallas Lou.
Okay. I was really hesitant when it came down to Zuko, but I think I can do this.
I think
I hope he can just sell the multi-layeredness of that character, because he is
he is layered.
That part.
So complex. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's a great look, but if he can't sell that complexity of his character,
he said, Tafari said, "Nah, if he sing Leaves from the Vine," he said, Tafari said, if Uncle Iroh sings Leaves from a Vine, he's done. He's done.
Yeah.
So far, just the casting alone, I was just like, okay.
The key thing I'm over here
Zhao,
representation.
Representation.
So I love Ken Lau. I don't know how to say his last name, but I love him. So yes.
I am not mad. I am very happy with this casting.
That's a fact.
This is what we were looking for in the first place.
Absolutely.
And
if
once
you
again,
done it right the first fucking time, we had to be ridiculing you at dumbasses.
The thing is, Netflix has half the budget that M. Night Shyamalan had, which tells you everything.
It does.
They had half the budget that.
And look what they did with One Piece. So and I'll go a step further. Look what they did with Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
Thank you. They fucking nailed that. That series was phenomenal. Anyone who want to come at me about that, no problem. I'll meet you outside.
It's not a bad series. It's actually, I'm not mad. I'm like, they should have won another season. I'm like, Cowboy Bebop only had one season.
It was a one. It was a one run. So it's like, where were y'all expecting beside the real folk blues?
Anything else would have been stretching it out. So
that's how you get.
There was more though. There was still more to tell.
Yeah, it was definitely more to tell.
They told that story though, especially.
I mean, you got the OVA. I mean, yeah, you got the OVAs, but but I'm like, with the Netflix version, which everybody was, well, not everybody, a lot of people were crapping on. It's like, it was perfect. An old boy whose name I can't pronounce, who was playing Jet, had Jet knocked down to a science. Like, he literally sounded like Jet from the anime.
He did.
He was killing it. He was killing it. So, last but not least, we have Azula by Elizabeth Yu.
Okay.
She looks. I feel like she looks a little tiny bit too young and too innocent. So I need to see her bring out that ruthlessness.
She got that face that can just change in a heartbeat, though. I wouldn't put that past.
This might be this.
Honestly, that face for me is Ty Lee almost. Like she looks too sweet.
Well,
I think that might. You know what? But that might be the linchpin.
Are they gonna go with it?
That might be the one that.
If she could pull it off, I'm okay with it. But right now, just like looking at her, she looks sweet.
Well, Laney, this is the I asked first before I killed you second.
Yeah.
I asked you nicely. This is like I asked nicely.
I just took it anyway.
I
tried peace. Now let's try violence.
Yeah.
So far, those looks, the casting, I was sold. When I seen the casting, I'm like, thank you. So we heading in the right direction. That's good.
Because simply put, who was the showrunner for it? Because the showrunner did extensive research.
Yeah.
Again,
showrunner, even the creator was involved heavily.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
they gave her okay.
If you just get someone who's enthusiastic about the product, who's enthusiastic about the source material, you can create magic. If they had done this the first fucking time, instead of getting every ream of paper on the planet as the cast, it would have been solid.
So Amber Mid-Thunder, this was the rest of the cast. Amber Mid-Thunder as Princess Yu. Momona Tamada as Ty Lee. Taya Tran as Mai. Danny Pudi as the mechanist. James C., who voiced the Cabbage Merchant, will be returning as the Cabbage Merchant.
Oh, nice.
And now I want to see them tear up the cabbage cart all over again.
Of course.
Yvonne Chapman is Avatar Kyoshi, and Damara Zhang as Suki, and who is playing Aang? Newcomer Gordon Cormier will be playing Aang. His closest friends, Katara and Sokka, siblings from South Water Tribe, will be played by Kia Wintio and Ian Ousley, respectively. I think I nailed that. Jesus.
Wait. What's the name of the actor who's playing Aang?
Gordon Cormier.
I want to see what this boy look like.
Yeah, they say he's a newcomer, so he's new. He's new. So
oh wow.
Did they get it?
He's oh my goodness. Yeah, he got this.
Okay.
He got this.
And Amber Minthunder, I believe, is the young lady who played in Prey.
Yeah, the lead in Prey.
Yes, she is.
Yes, she was lead in Prey.
Yes, she is. You need to go find the image of this young man. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Now it's so funny. Did you see who is playing Roku? That's CS Lee.
Yes.
No. Okay.
I'm intrigued.
I'm pretty.
I've always seen him as a comedian. I'm intrigued.
Again.
Oh.
And I also remember him from Dexter.
Damn, baby, you're right.
Right?
I'm intrigued.
We found the true Aang. They did this shit. They did it right. This young man has this look.
Okay. All right. They nailed it.
Oh my gosh.
I have hope. It's like I have hope now. Oh,
look at this cast list. This cast list is so extensive though.
Mm-hmm. But this is what we talk about when we talk about representation.
Yes.
In its truest form. You have stories that aren't being told correctly, and it takes a lot to push the buttons to make them do it correctly. I don't know what that battle was like for this. That's why you come over to Blurred Station, because at Blurred Station you don't have these issues.
We are napkin free.
You are so good at this.
See, I learned from Dave Chappelle. You tell a story, you can bring it back around. So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll be right back. We're going to be talking about not another horror sequel. There's going to be several movies that have sequels and franchises in some instances that some we could have done without. Others we wish were never done in the first place. So there we are. All right. We'll be right back.
Running low on energy, long days and even longer nights, tired of all the other energy drinks and bars promise you a lot and never delivering? Need to make it through work, but want a product that can keep up with your busy lifestyle? Want no longer? Try Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls. The balls that are so smooth and with a load of nutrients and vitamins to really get you up and bouncing off the walls. Made with all natural ingredients and healthy junk to satisfy even the pickiest eater. Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls are sold everywhere where you buy your junk. And now for those who want that extra kick in the butt, comes Chef's Heavy Duty Chocolate Salty Balls with 120% more caffeine than the leading brand. Disclaimer, this product has not been approved by the FDA or World Health Association. Warning, this product is not intended for consumption by children, elderly people, or women who are pregnant or may become pregnant. You might even get pregnant. To me, my blurs.
right, we are back. We are back.
I'm so excited.
This is why it pays. This is why.
I get excited.
This is why this is why it pays to watch us live. You don't know if you're listening to us. I hope that drives you back to the YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
And hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and see some dope commercials, some dope intros, bumpers, dope interviews, and conversations like we getting ready to have right now.
And chocolate salty balls. Don't forget that.
Chocolate is always chocolate. Steako Can coming soon.
I'm gonna be careful for a second.
I'm sorry. I cannot imitate Kira's voice.
like Far said, we got 2 more subs. We got 2 more before we hit 400. So hit those subs. Get over there. Show your love. We know what we about over here. We know how we play. So it's Halloween season. I love this season, but I know someone who loves it even more, and it's our very own Griot of Horror. She helped me pull a lot of these topics together, and for this month, and one of the ones that always seems to come up is these franchises that we get, these horror sequels that either no one asked for, we could have done without. There's certain franchise, there's certain movies or sequels that we just don't talk about or don't recognize because it just either it doesn't make sense, or in the case of like Evil Dead, like no one really counts the first one because it goes to the second one, and it's just like, but dude, why would you go back to the same cabin that okay, never mind. So
when they realized horror wasn't working, let's make it funny this time.
So right, let's make it. Let's put some comedy to it, and it paid off ever since. Small list. And it counts as horror, I guess. And Jaws is the name. I never understood, even as a child. You got the same great white hunting down the entire family,
especially in Jaws of Revenge.
That's like beef.
That's that elephant. That's that elephant hunting down the old lady beef. That's what that was. That's that type of beef. Like, so you killed the son, okay. You killed the husband, all right. So now you're the mother, and the mother of said family, y'all got beef like that.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I don't understand the whole thing of, okay, so let me get straight. There's a shark that's in the water. You've seen the shark kill people. People still go to the beach the next day.
Yes.
Napkin colored people go to
the one thing I will sit there and say about Jaws, no people of color were harmed in the making of this movie.
The water was filled with paper.
I'm like that. Paper and mayo. I'm surprised that shark didn't have heart problems.
Jesus,
the water ain't salty enough.
That's bad cholesterol right there. All of this.
Just see, Jaws is an old man. I took too much of him at one time. And what do you have? What do you have, Granddad? Diabetes.
Is that sugar?
Oh my God. So yeah, I could have done without Jaws Revenge and Jaws 3D. I could have done without Jaws 3D.
It was one of those movies that's like common pieces and stay out of the water. However, you go right back into it. Like, I'm impervious. Everything is fine. Oh my gosh.
Who was that? That was the mayor. He was like, oh no, we're leave the beaches open. No, dude. Don't leave the beaches open.
Money. That's
what's wrong with you.
No, paper mache are the French people. Remember.
I got a petty side to it. What if Jaws was done in the South with Creole people? Would there be a sequel?
So
no, there would be dinner. That's what
that's called a Sci-Fi Channel movie. I'm pretty sure that's been done.
I'm just thinking to myself the whole entire time, just Creole people. Oh, there's a great white out there. Okay, we'll take care of it. Next thing you know, whole fish fry. You got a whole.
There would be no sequel.
Yeah, like, yo, Shay, let me tell
We'll
you.
take care of that by the first movie.
We gonna take care of that by bring it out here and put it in that pot here. We go, ooh, I tell you
shark
what,
nuggets.
John would have been a gumbo plate.
Deep fried shark.
Ooh, that does sound pretty
good.
That does sound pretty good. I'm hungry.
You know what? No, Chris. No, I got one better. What if Jaws was done by that one dude that's always cooking cornbread on social media? You know what I'm talking about? What if
cooking with Cajun?
Yeah, the Cajun column.
You know what's missing from that? That motherfucking cornbread.
You're gonna talk about social media, man. What was that hood kitchen? Hood kitchen.
Oh my god,
that dude would do it, and he would do it good and disgusting.
Yes, Lord, we got ourselves some Jaws meat.
Some Jaws meat.
Good meals.
Oh my god. So another, I don't know why. After the second one, I could have done without. After the second, and this counts as a franchise. It's three of them, so it's essentially a franchise. It's Jeepers Creepers.
It should have never happened.
Oh, let me tell you, I really did try to watch. I think I told you that, Chris.
The third one?
Watch one of them. Was it third one? I think they did put another one. I think one.
The third one, I guess, was I don't know what
Creepers 3.
Yeah, I don't know what that one was about.
The 3 is impressive.
I didn't watch 3 because the stuff behind I think it was the director or the writer, one or the other, that they were embroiled into some R. Kelly like behavior. So I was like, yeah, I did the Homer Simpson. I went right back into the
bush.
Hey man, that ain't me.
I think they made a fourth one, and that shit is so horrible. I couldn't even do 10 minutes.
Jeez.
You did more than me. That's about how much I did in the
fourth one. Because the third one's with Trish, with the sister.
Really? From the first one?
Yes. I'm almost positive they made a fourth one.
Right.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure it out.
It starts off like a Lifetime TV, like a movie within a movie. It was horrible. It was bad.
You said a movie.
A Lifetime movie within a movie.
It was.
The director was trying to live up to the name of the franchise.
That part.
Yeah, I can see that.
He did that.
Yeah, Alicia says she watched the first two and I'm good on the third. Yeah, I'm the same way.
I'm sorry, but if someone's there and told me that all I gotta do is just pretty much make it to the end of summer, I'm going one spot he's not gonna go to. That's just me. I'm not gonna sit out in the middle of a cornfield waiting to get picked up like an Uber. I'm just saying.
Bro, I mean, that movie started what Chris had like a picture of Justin Long.
Yeah, Justin Long.
I told you I was like, he's a Sean Bean of horror at this point.
Yeah, okay. I put a post up.
The movie that started.
So for those who hadn't seen it, I put a post up on the IG page and on the Facebook page talking about Justin Long must have the worst luck in supernatural and weird stuff. This dude catches L's every single time. Drag Me to Hell, lost his girlfriend. Barbarian, killed off.
Yep.
Jeepers Creepers, lost his eyes. Tusk got turned into a walrus.
Yeah.
Don't ask.
Got skinned. I think didn't he get completely skinned in the end of Jeepers Creepers? He took more than just his eyes.
He took his eyes.
Yeah, no, he did. You're right. You're right. Yes, he did.
Skinned him. I mean, literally skinned him. Just
it's
that last shot. He's like looking through his stuff and everything. You see yep, you're right.
I was like,
only 10 minutes of it. I couldn't.
I was like, I'm out.
Jeepers Creepers is a guilty pleasure. It's not a good movie by any means, but it's cute and it just stays with you somehow.
But nobody used logic. It's like, okay, you ran him over, you shot him, you blew him up, and he regrows himself. So nobody thought about just cutting him in different parts and just packaging them all up. This not no black people. This not no black people in Jeepers Creepers would have been like, wait a minute. So he can regrow stuff, right? Yeah. Why can't we just cut him up?
Cut him up and set him on fire.
I mean, just to me, cut him up.
Don't try to cook it. Don't try to eat it. Set it on fire.
Keep it separate. Like Because the brother that was on two, I'm like, see, you've been hanging around these napkins way too long. You were not thinking, my guy.
The moment he said we need to split up.
Yeah.
The moment he said the black dude said we need to split up, I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Well, no.
Look who is around you. Read the room.
The room was red, and it didn't read well.
No, it didn't.
You failed the black person flyer. You really failed the black people flyer test. No, we don't split up.
Me and my wife seen that movie, and the first thing we both said it at the same time. We was like, "Well, this Negro dead. He's gone." It was just no way to put that.
That's one of those Darwin situations. He might just need to go.
Yeah,
we don't need that type of decision making.
We don't need that energy around here. We don't recognize it.
That is nature versus nurture for real.
Yeah.
I was like, no, we need to split up. Okay, you go that way. I'm staying in this building.
Right.
Let me know how it works out for you, though.
Yeah, because I don't need that type of action right there. Children of the Corn.
They could have left it at 1, and that was it.
Yeah,
it was tolerated. After that, they got bored.
I had another title for Children of the Corn. When gentle parenting goes wrong.
Hallelujah, good night.
There's nothing.
Amen. Hallelujah, good night.
That's Simmons more right there. They will come and God bless and good night.
It's one of them things where you pull into an old rinky-dink town, and you see a bunch of kids, and one of them decide to walk up. Where's your people at? Where's your parents? Who you? Don't hold me, little white girl. I don't know you.
That's that. You see a little white child by themselves. That's a pull it in reverse situation. Like, nah.
It's that Anthony Anderson episode on Blackish. It's that episode of Blackish where you see the little white girl crying on the elevator.
Yep.
I would gladly go and let that door close there. Pass me by.
Like, no. We should see. No. Her parents are somewhere by. If they ain't, that ain't my problem. I don't want to deal with it.
Now, I will say, if they would have done movies like the way South Park parodied them with that and Britney, I would see more of that, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. Before we go on to some of the other ones, I want a round table collective of what's a franchise you could have done without. So we'll start with the Grill to Horror.
Hold up. I got my list. Give me a second.
She pulls out the Rolodex.
Okay.
Oh, lady was like, I've been waiting on this.
The way that I picked them is not about how I could done without the franchise. I think I just straight up was like, I wish they would have either stopped at 1 or 2.
Okay.
So The Strangers.
I
did not like Pray at Night at all, but I thought the first one was absolutely terrifying. If they would have repeated that would have been okay with me. If they would have tried to even figure out the way that they pulled off The Purge, because they took a one-trick pony in The Purge and made a complete universe, which I thought was genius. If they could have done that for The Strangers, I would have been okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, finish your thought. Because I got a bone to pick with The Purge, but go ahead.
Okay. I loved the first Resident Evil movie. The second one actually wasn't that bad, but afterwards
it started going.
And for someone who was a fan of the movies first before I was a fan of the games, the quality after the second one just killed me. But then when I actually started looking at the games, I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, badly. So it's like, nah, if you compare it with the games, then it's just like, nah.
It was a hard separation. That's what it was.
Yeah, like at least the first one had a little bit of its flair, like Silent Hill. That's another one.
Yeah.
I'm a Silent Hill fan, and even though they changed a lot in Silent Hill as the movie, they still kept the atmosphere of it, and they still kept the. Go ahead, Will. Let's go. Round table. Let's go. I love it. Let's go. All
right, Spartan got some words. Talk about it.
I hated Silent Hill. with a passion, but go ahead.
It's not. First of all, Silent Hill as a game is going to be really hard to adapt the actual story. That story is so convoluted. You really couldn't get every single thing and every single character. So the fact that it was kind of watered down, I'm okay with. I think they should have stuck with Sean Bean and had the father look for Cheryl. That is absolutely. They didn't need the mom to do it.
I can solve Silent Hill with one sentence.
What happened?
Do only the first half of the game. The first half of the game is the movie.
Okay. Before you get into the religion, that's fine. Okay.
That's all you needed. The first. Okay. Anybody's ever played Silent Hill, the first half of the game.
Yes.
Might as well have been the movie.
Before you get into the convoluted part of religion, I'm okay with that. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's where it should have ended. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Okay, so go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say I was gonna finish off with Cabin Fever and one missed call.
Oh, you're right. Yes. Oh God, you're right. Oh my God. Cabin Fever. I'm just like
Cabin Fever is kind of a guilty pleasure.
That's true, but the second,
the
second one was like,
you're right.
And then you made a remake that didn't make any sense. It's just like, why?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't better than the first one. If you're gonna do it like that, it wasn't better than the first one.
Right.
It was just like Psycho 1997. Like, why are you doing it? It makes no sense.
Jeez, you always gonna have a shower scene.
So Spartan, give me your top 2, maybe 3.
Ones that should have never occurred. Crap. No, ones that. Wait. Are we doing ones that never should have occurred, or ones that should have stopped after 1? I'm sorry.
Either way.
Okay, I'm gonna start with my favorite, Saw. Saw should have stopped at the first one. Because every Saw after that is a repeat of the first movie.
I'll tolerate 2.
Thank you. I would too.
I would tolerate 2. After 2, it was just
and 6. I would tolerate 6.
6.
But here's the thing: are you watching just because you want to see how far they go with the story, or are you watching to see the traps?
But that's why I said 6, because if you put it together with the one that just came out, Saw 10. First of all, Saw 10 to me should have been an absolute prequel. It should not have even come between 1 and 2. It should have actually come before 1, because that would have made sense storyline. So you had Saw 10, then Saw 1, 2, and 6.
Everything
3 I can come and go with, because it still comes with the story, but you don't kill him off. That's why I stopped at Saw X 1, 2, and 6. I don't want to.
But that's the reason why I said. But that's the reason why I said Saw should have ended at 1. It was perfect because it gave you the right amount of horror. You kept wondering the whole time what was the correlation between him, said person, and body number 3.
That's a fact.
And by the time it got to there, the way the music kicked up, the way the story ramped up, and you left it open-ended, it did not need anything beyond that. It could have been simply put that there's a person out there that wants to put people's lives in jeopardy, not call himself a murderer because technically he hasn't killed nobody. Let the mystery go from there.
And they really did get away from, because remember, this whole franchise opened up with it being a jigsaw killer.
Yeah.
Pieces of flesh being cut out, and they had got away from that altogether.
Pretty much.
They never got back to that. They never walked that back. It was just like, was this a whole separate thing that was going on? It just
even he said in the movie, I never cut the pieces out. He literally said it himself. I was never the one to cut the pieces out, and I never gave myself the name Jigsaw. The press did. And you kept wondering the entire time, who was the individual doing it? It was old girl. Old girl thought she was a better pain master, I guess, than he was. Yeah. But no, that's the reason why I stare and say Saw
for the wrong reasons. Though.
I would have liked to see her in her own. That would have been okay.
She was going the serial killer route.
She was the serial killer.
He was getting revenge by them doing something to themselves.
He really thought of himself as a philosophizer. He kept on saying the whole entire time, like he did like he did the doctor, you always thought you were playing God. You thought you could save, you thought you could save everyone, and you thought you could push off the ones you can't save to keep your record intact. So now you're gonna lose something that you're gonna lose something you deem vital. It was always something related to their stories that made them, that he felt like he needed to teach them a lesson or some shit like that. But But no, Saw itself should have stopped after 1. Remakes, though. Who keeps asking for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Who keeps asking for remakes?
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Leatherface was a great. Well, Leatherface was one of the old series of a white dude of a napkin and a mask with a
fetish
with a credit card at Home Depot. That's what I call them. Napkins with mask and credit cards at Home Depot and Lowe's. Because if it wasn't a knife, it wasn't a machete, it was a chainsaw. And no one asked for that. I'm sorry, no one asked for Leatherface again. Leatherface had one simple rule. He was like Jason, don't come to my house. The man literally had a no trespassing sign. I'm like, I'm in the South. We know what no trespassing means. It means you catch a stray.
That part.
With your name on it. That's
right.
Don't come to my house.
I mean, even the remake, you see them. Oh, it says no trespassing. Oh, that means anything. No, that means that somebody's living there and you don't want to deal with them. So no, again, that remake didn't need to happen. And I guess the third one, because how can I put the third one? Who asked?
Really, Laney?
The Hills Have Eyes can stop the one. Yep.
Laney, I'm with you, and I'm gonna tell you why. My wife is from West Virginia.
Oh God.
Damn.
She took my city ass down there the first time, to meet her mom and stuff. And let's just say I was smart. Hey, you want to go to the store? Fuck no. I don't know nobody around. Hell no. It's just,
and that is somebody that is well aware. That's one of those. I don't go in places I don't know.
That's right.
By myself.
Even if it looked like it's funny you say that, because even when I travel from here to go to Ohio, some of those places look like sundown places. No.
Here's the thing: some of them are.
I'm sure. And the way that it even looks like, I'm like, if it's not even a big settlement, I'm not even going for a rest stop. I'm good.
Here's the thing. Here's a funny story. We were going. They have an island up here. It's like the party island. They call it Puddin' Bay. And we were driving, and we kind of took the scenic route. So we were going in one summer, and we passed through like a nice little town, quiet town, but it was around our anniversary, so we knew people were celebrating the holiday and everything else. I smell barbecue, and I'm like, that smells good. However, I'm not going here. But we were passing through the town. Nice quaint town, nothing like Children in the Corner, nothing like that. Just nice quiet town. Look like hello to your neighbors type of town. And then I seen a barn, and I said, "I'm gonna keep going down the streets because I'm like, black folks, barns, and barbecue. No. Because even my wife said it. She was like, "You better not." I said, "What made you think I was turning up there? I'm not right. I'm not curious enough to go up there. I'm not.
I have no inclination whatsoever.
I just said it smelled good. It ain't mean it was for me.
That's how they trap you. It's like we gonna put this barbecue out because that's gonna get them up here.
Right. That's how they. Because then that was the other thing I was looking. I'm like, I don't see too many of us walking to that. No. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to the party island.
My last one is definitely Wrong Turn.
See,
I can't lie.
Wrong Turn should have stopped at the first one. I'm sorry. That's just once you find a place full of mountain people that just look like they haven't seen civilization in a while. The black person's sixth sense would have been like, turn around, go back down said mountain. Don't say they seem friendly and hospitable. Every black person. Nope.
Yes. I don't gonna lie, I like the second one.
If you don't get your ass in this car,
it's so bad it's good. Second one.
Okay. I just it's like,
but after that, you're absolutely right. It goes into insanity. That doesn't even make sense.
Wrong turn reminds me of places in Tennessee I avoid on purpose, or at least do 90.
Wow.
So one or the other is going to get me out of here live.
I would gladly take that ticket. Why were you doing 120, sir? I was going through KKKville.
That part.
Carry on. Not even a warning. Keep going. I'll call it ahead so they know to look out for you. What about you, Navy? 2 or 3 that could have stopped.
Phantasm. I will say this because when I saw the first Phantasm, and I watched it again when I got older, and I said, "What was wrong? Was I on something that my mom slipped in my soda? Why did I think this was good?" And then it came out with another one. I said, "Why? The original characters don't even matter anymore. You can't even kill the old white dude. What is wrong?" Okay, so okay, fine.
And he was like, "And what's with these silver balls?"
Like, what the hell?
I'm just curious to see what else they can do now.
If something comes flying at you, you duck. Okay, you just stood there. Oh, you got what you got.
If headshot was
the only smart one, Reggie, 4-barrel shotgun.
Of course. Of course.
The only thing I was upset about, he waited all that damn movie to shoot that thing. Got one good shot off, and I'm like, shot your load, and was no good after that, were you? Yeah.
Just, you never heard of reload or just prep?
Should have kept it at 1. It was a decent concept, but I also had a feeling that when they went past it, they were going to crap on it. Like, okay, fine.
And they did. It got weird. It got weird and dark, and it made no sense.
Of course, it got dumb. And I know some people are gonna come at me for this, and I'll explain why. Hellraiser.
No, you're correct.
I agree with you on that too.
You got a point on that, yeah.
Again, the first one did the job. It told the story. It basically told the story, and it left it on an edge that would have just been, eat my pointy, shiny ball. You better stop letting us see verbs.
Verb is here for the action.
Wow, where was I? I totally forgot.
Hellraiser.
You're on Hellraiser.
Thank you. I like the concept. And I'm not big on horror movies. I'll be the first one to say I'm not big on horror movies. Shout outs to Kill Count for letting me look through them for certain movies because I just can't. But Hellraiser had the story. As soon as you said Jesus wept and he went kaboom, guess what? You should have left it the fuck alone. That's it. You got paper all over the place. Fine. Cut the cameras off, clean it up, keep it moving. Stay the fuck out of another dimension you don't know shit about. So, but what happens? We're gonna explore it again. Oh, this is a nice shiny box. Put the box down.
That Hellraiser is basically every black mom saying to their child, "Don't play with stuff that's not yours."
That's it.
That is a fact.
Clip that too far.
Who goes to a white kid's house and goes, "Yeah, I want to go home because I don't know about you. I don't care if you got a car.
I found this wonderful puzzle box." Your mom out of nowhere. Put
that shit
down.
down.
That shit down. Let's see.
As we said that shit. Generally at the same. Put that shit.
Don't touch it. Don't fool with it. Okay.
But mom, it's a box.
And only reason why Hellraiser even drove me even crazier than that is because it had to do with somebody being horny and they wanted somebody. I'm like, really?
Really? Get you heavy, don't it?
Really?
I mean, that no safe words were ever used in the movie either.
No.
Just, the other one for me is Paranormal Activity.
Yes.
Quit touching me.
Okay. I see Lainey's face going, ah! Okay. Lainey, hear me out. In theory, good movie. But the found footage genre was driving me nuts. Okay. That means they were escaping creativity just so they could try and create something based on what? The Blair Witch Project. And if you look at the research of them coming at that way they did that movie, it was brilliant. No one else thought to do the movie this way. That's why everything was authentic. And you even had people like, well, it didn't feel right. What were you expecting someone to jump out? Sometimes it's the waiting and the unknown that makes it scary. If I don't get the jump scare, cool. But if I see that something's going on, but I can't figure it out, you start seeing the escalation of psychological trauma on them. You want to see how it ends, and then you find out. And that's good storytelling to me. You just throw in violence, but Paranormal Activity, okay, here, we're going to just put a camera over here, and we're going to put a camera over here, and we're going to put a camera in the toilet, and we're going to put a camera in the attic, and then we're going to see if we can catch someone with a camera in the baby's room, put a camera in, where's the dog? Put the camera on the dog. We're going to figure it out, all right? And then we're going to catch something. Meanwhile, you got millions of people going, ooh, the bed moved. Yeah, no shit.
Although it's still funny seeing old girl get dragged out the bed down the hall. That shit, that tickles me every single time. I was like, so you just hit the whole hardwood floor and didn't wake up, huh? You that?
I think old boy saw it and was like, you know what? It was your time to go. It was your time.
He was in the bed like, you know what?
Instead of putting up cameras, he should have been out.
You're right.
He probably fell out the bed before, and that's probably why he ain't wake up, because he was like, she do this all the time. I'm going right back to sleep.
But mine does have a point, because that whole thing with the Blair Witch, which I hated, because again, it's a Tennessee story. But I can't tell you how many times folks have tried to do the exact same thing and got disappointed. They sat there. It's an old wives' tale. It's old wives' tale in Nashville. So the fact of the Bell Witch being in the Bellwood, you find a spot out there, and then you get disappointed. I'm like, I hate that genre for what it is, because folks have tried to recreate it, and that was just lightning in a bottle. That was like, it was different angles. It was really more unscripted than anything else. And you try to do the same thing with Ghosts, which I'm sorry, Ghost shows suck. Because you don't find shit. You have all this equipment, you don't find shit.
And you're watching around in green light in the dark, because they got the low.
Yeah.
Number 3 was good.
Insidious, I will give Insidious its prop. I thought it was brilliant. Insidious and Hereditary, I think were good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would want to follow to Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
I had to grow on a Hereditary, because I thought it was kind of just dumb, but I was like, after I saw it a couple times, I was like, oh no, this is
once you let it play out,
yeah.
No, that was really wild. It really focused on putting the supernatural with mental health. I liked how they did that. It was a balance where the story was like, okay, she's not right, but neither's a bunch of the family. But we're going to throw in another element that's really going to just throw you for.
Yes.
I was like, okay, bravo.
When you take it from that era, if you take it from that, it is brilliant. If you just take it for a horror film, it's like, okay, but the last 5 minutes. The last 5 minutes is the horror film.
Yeah.
You know. Can we talk about The Conjuring, please?
The Conjuring, yes.
After
two,
yes.
I liked it after 2. I didn't see the third one.
2 is great.
The first one and the second one, I give it to him.
No, third one was boring.
After that,
okay,
it was hot garbage.
I ain't missing nothing then.
Okay, are you talking about The Conjuring? Or are you talking about the whole? That's what I'm saying. Because thank you. Because then that I can totally more agree with. Because like Conjuring 1 and 2, for me, Annabelle Creation is fucking awesome, but Annabelle is stupid. And Come Home is La Llorona.
I'm like, really?
La Llorona was horrible. The Nun was worse than La Llorona, even though it made more than La Llorona, and I don't understand why.
Yeah,
they knew you were coming. That's what it was.
Scary nuns apparently equal money. Scary dead nuns equal money apparently. And
I got
flashbacks.
Valak, the character. Just her face alone is absolutely worth the price of admission, but you don't have a movie around it to justify it.
Right.
It's
not enough push. It's not enough behind it for the be there.
And it could, and I guess I could be biased against it, because when I saw The Conjuring, I'm like, wait a minute, there are people that investigate paranormal activity. Yeah, my attention's already turned off, because I'm pretty sure it's white people. My attention immediately went off at that point.
He said if he would have walked away, went in the house on that bed.
That'd have been like, so we're investigating this house that's been possessed recently. So why are we here?
And you're also going downstairs and you already know your house is haunted?
Yeah.
That's just
you keeping stuff locked up like you the Ghostbusters. I don't understand.
And then
Like,
Annabelle could have been solved with a house fire. That's all I'm saying. That doll was in the house. Just
no. Wait a minute. They did in creation.
I didn't watch them. I didn't know. Don't get me wrong. I didn't watch them all, but that's like when they told me the premise of this, I'm like, this could have been solved with a house fire and insurance claim. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I mean, listen, if it's done by a demon, the demon just hops off like Fallen. Okay,
Fallen
should have gotten a sequel.
Oh, I was mad.
It doesn't also help that it doesn't help that I'm also creeped out by dolls and that my wife has 2 of them.
Up, see.
So immediately I'm like,
hey, that's the room that Spartan does not walk in.
No, I sit there. I'm like, I know what those dolls are. I swear if something moves, it's like, I swear. I tell my wife, if it moves an inch, I'm throwing a bonfire. I don't care.
He's got the Molotov ready.
Spartan said, I wish you would.
Don't you put that on us!
I'm sorry.
I'm in the house the whole time.
I do not mess with voodoo or voodoo, but I respect those worlds. It's like, nope.
So before we get out of here, I got a couple honorable mentions. Now, the franchise in itself, I'm fine with. However, there are certain installments I could deal without. Jason Goes to Manhattan. And let me tell you why.
Never saw it.
It's one thing to go to Crystal Lake, get high, get drunk, have sex, whatever. He don't like campers. We know that. Yeah. It's another thing that you've pissed this man off so bad. He followed you to Manhattan.
That's beef.
On the train, even. It didn't kill nobody else. He was after your ass. He didn't care about nobody else on the train. He moved the white girl out. He would move out the way, white girl. I don't want you. I don't want them.
But you gotta admit, that's hella dedication. If I was gonna collect on that train and he only wanted one person.
It is hella not realism because in the 1980s, the city was ruthless and the subways was even more. They didn't give a shit about him. He would have got his ass whooped. Done.
Actually, I wonder about that. When you just
shout out to the brother that was willing to give him the fade, though. But I'm still mad he didn't finish that off.
I don't know, Lanny.
I mean, he did try.
He tried.
I mean, Lanny, if you really think about it, if you really think about it, that just basically be the Warriors if Jason was there. You basically have like 20 different gangs trying to fight one person.
But I think they would have won because
send his ass right back to the lake.
I just can't see old boy like, who is this motherfucker in a sake, man? I can't.
Scream, I'm not gonna say actually Scream did not disappoint me. Not one installment has it disappointed me. Even when you thought it was too much and they gave us the new version with Jenna Ortega, I was impressed. I'm like, oh wait, this is actually not bad.
So they made Ghostface a ninja.
There's that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the fact it was smoke and mirrors. It was the last Scream to me. I enjoyed it because it wasn't just the whole thing of just using good camera angles and things of that nature. You made this fucker a ninja.
Yeah,
cool.
It was some levels to it.
I mean, was he really a ninja, or the fact that they had 3 different ones? Like
it was
that was Batman, and Batman didn't care about killing. Let's just be honest. That was Batman. That was Batman when I was killing the world.
I have a problem when they start taking your main villain and giving them one-liners. And I'm looking at you, Freddy and Chucky.
I was waiting.
I can enjoy a good one-liner because especially with Freddy, we get it. This is your MO. You always got some kind of one. You've been hitting one-liners from day one. Just say that.
Welcome to prime time.
Prime time, bitch. You already know.
That's the one that always.
That was improvised. That wasn't.
He's been hitting one, so I'm used to it. Chucky, however, it was just like I watched the first one, and I can't help but laugh because the mom's getting ready. So mom's getting ready. I'm about to light this bitch on fire, and she's getting ready. And next you know, Chucky makes that face, and all I swear to God, if I turn the volume down and he makes that face like he's screaming at her and attacking her, I always hear that part of Ed, and Eddie was like, Ed, and Eddie. That's all I keep hearing. That's all I hear.
I couldn't take Chucky seriously because I kept asking everybody, did for a doll, did he have like the supernatural strength of a grown man, or just that he was really good at surprising people? Because that's the thing I was always wondering.
Should have been done as you burn that house fire, you lock him behind closed doors, and that's it. That would have been done.
Because like when he made it to the military, I'm like, did he kill somebody with a yardstick?
Yeah.
And it didn't break. That's some good wood. I'm just gonna say that right now. That's good wood that he's using to kill somebody with a yardstick. So I'm
somewhere is a nun who would have been like, I want that yardstick.
Right.
That's the nun from La Rona right there. She's like, what wood was that so I could use?
Oh my God. So, there's definitely some other ones out there. And some franchises are good, but there's certain installments that we could like just I don't know. It was just like get that shit out of here. You know, like so there are endless numbers.
I know what you did last summer.
I know what you did last summer. Good look. I'm like, how many times y'all gonna keep fucking up? Didn't y'all read about the kids?
Wasn't that just a drunk driving episode from 90210?
It really was.
It got stretched over six movies.
He said, fiction said, I never understood that either if he had grown man muscles.
Thank you. You had folks literally struggling with Chucky. Like, is this dude just was the heart of Dembala gave you super duper strength?
Dembala.
I was gonna say, yeah. Give me the power, I beg of thee.
You gotta act like you constipated because that's the way he says it. The power, I beg of thee.
Like, boy, you need some fiber, my friend.
Like, Dembala didn't come with Metamucil, apparently. So.
Right.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Regular.
I did see a scene from the television show, which I have yet to watch, but there's a scene where I guess the little black boy from the third one, when he went to the military school, is grown up now. Yeah. And he leaves. Chucky has left a message for all of them. And then the kid's name is Devin. And he gets there. Everybody has the intricate messages, and then he gives to Devin. He says, "Fucking Devin." And then I was just I was just like, okay, that's all you got for my man? Okay.
I kind of felt Chucky was a little racist.
Like giving the business, that's why. So.
Yeah. He's like, first Andy, now Devin. The hell with both of y'all.
I kind of like Chucky might have been a little bit racist to Devin. I'm just like,
I'm just saying.
He might have been a little bit racist. I mean, we saw what he did to Red Man.
Oh, wow.
Why you do my man like that, though?
I totally forgot about that.
Yes. Well, before we get out of here, we're going to cut the little break. We'll be right back. We're going to do our wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
All right, we are at the part of the show where we are closing out. We're docking in, and we are taking off for another day. He says, boo. We'll start with our grill to horror. Let's tell them where they can find you, Lane.
Before we start, Chris, I just want to your commercials, they are just, I'm feeling it. And the music, yes.
Donkey Chains.
But that's all I just have to say. Hello, everybody. I am Lainey Hart, one half of Geek by Heart. You should see it on the screen. Me and my husband run our YouTube channel on Geek by Heart. You can see us talking a lot about trailer reactions, but also about horror as well. And Jay is now starting. That's my husband. Jay is now starting. Not now starting. Has been playing God of War. I can't talk right now. God of War. Jesus.
Nice.
Okay. On Fridays after 7 and on Sundays usually around 2 to 3. So check him out because he loves having fun with anyone who watches him. You can find us also on IG. You can find us on TikTok as well. And we also love Blur Station and Taco Noir.
There it is. Navy Montel, talk to the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Once again, it's your Frosty Bearded Blur Court here. You can come hang out with me or stalk me, depending on which one you go for.
Yeah.
I'm on Instagram or X under Navy Montel. The combos are coming back. I've got one actually set up for this Monday, which is going to be amazing. It's going to be in the spirit of Halloween, even though all year is Halloween if you're a cosplayer, so it doesn't really matter. I will be getting back and creating stuff on my YouTube channel, Rogue Catnip. So definitely come check me out. TikTok and Twitch under Rogue Catnip as well. I am going to be on a journey because Lainey talking about Jay actually inspired me. So I am going to go on a journey on Master Duel under Yu-Gi-Oh! To see how far I can go before I say F it and then flip the desk. You want to see me lose my shit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Come check me out on Rogue Catnip. Ms. Angie and myself, one half, we are a Blur podcast. We just put out an episode. We talked about Loki. It's going to go out there tomorrow, so definitely come check it out. And if you're not watching Loki, what is wrong with you? It's dope. Don't.
It's turning into a masterclass. I'm telling you,
right?
It's turning into a masterclass.
Proud affiliate of Taco Noir, of course, with the crew here for Blur Station. Y'all need to get on top of that. And I'm also affiliate for an amazing concept group and business known as Blur Creations, which is here local in Hampton Roads. I'm always about supporting the Blur-owned businesses, especially ones that are local, because we don't give them enough shine. They need to shine and glow. So let's do that for them, okay? Stay nerdy, stay geeky, stay sexy. I'm going to sit here in the chair.
Spartan, talk to the people.
Yes, as Obi has to give his opinion. Black Fox 447 is ready for you to find me.
Actually, he's doing it for you.
Yeah, it's unsigned. That's unsigned Obi.
He really is doing it for me. But yes, Black Box 447, you can find me on the socials. I usually do reviews on everything, even gym stuff. A couple of podcasts, How the Frack We Got Here, and of course, Give It Podcast. Both can be seen on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Both podcasts can be seen wherever podcasts are seen or heard. Again, guys, share, like, support. Word of mouth is the best advertisements, guys, that you can do. At the same time, cons are still going out there. Again, respect all cosplayers. Wash your ass. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
There it is. And of course, it is the man on the wall, of course, Chris Fury. Speaking of cons, you will see the crew at J1 Con coming up November 3rd through the 5th. We got a panel. You'll also see us. We'll be doing some stuff for Blurred Station because we're also the press corps. Blurred Station, the new Black Hollywood. You want to come check us out? Go to Blurred's Eye View for the affiliate patch. You can pick any one of us because we're all on there. Show your love. Join up. You're going to like it. We are bringing BNN, the Blurred News Network, to Blurred Station, and you can still watch us here live and also on Always Press Record with Blurred's Eye View. Show us up, show up, show out. You know how we do. Go to IG, Linktree in the bio. Find us everywhere, including YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. Apparently, we're just one away from 400. So one lucky viewer out there. Go ahead, make us happy.
Let's go.
Make us famous.
Right.
Make us famous. Make us famous. So we're also an affiliate of Ultimate Wireless. That's ultimate-wireless.com or at ULT_wireless_ENT. You can get all your techie goods over there at Ultimate Wireless. Dope stuff. I got a tape deck that's actually a power bank that's celebrating 50 years of hip hop. So you want to check that out. You can also check us out once again. Blurred News Network coming soon to Blurred Station. If you've been paying attention, speaking of Blurred Station, if you've been paying attention, Jarrell Patton and his daughter Dakota, they are doing the first live action series, The Undead Horizon. They are scouting locations. Guess who's going to be doing the press? Of course, we are. Also, they are making their rounds. If you've seen them on,
are they ever?
His daughter Dakota is 6 years old, freaking talented. Look at your kid and ask them, can you do this? Don't ask them. don't say why can't you do this. Just ask them, can you do this? What can you do? Show your love. Also, Otaku Noir, proud affiliates as well. 10% off all products off your order. Just type in Blurred's Eye View. Show your love. Blurred's Eye View or Otaku Noir is the #1 blurred blind box company. There we go. We're rocking them. Because this shirt came with that. This cereal box came with that. You see that? That's a dope cereal box. Look, I still can't get over this. I still can't get it. It's such a I love this thing. So love this thing. I love this thing. Yes, they are. Yes.
They are.
Everybody showing the love.
They have done such an amazing job. They are growing constantly. People are noticing them and seeing that they are seriously about that product and that craft. So definitely shout outs to them.
You love to see it.
So until Thursday, where we got another horror topic, you'll want to tune in for that as well. Every Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. This is Chris Fury with the crew.
Yeah.
We're docking out. We out of here.